Hey guys, Max Convexity. Hope everyone's having a good day. My camera's not working for some reason. I'm outside. I got the two dogs with me today, the white one and the black one. They're both sitting right here. I was going to show them to you. In any event, maybe next time. I don't know what's going on. I probably just need to restart my computer. It does this sometimes. The camera will stop working. Okay, so let's look at these Defiance funds and see how we closed out the day. We'll start with the short form spreadsheet. I'm trying to make it where we can just glance at it, but since it's new, I also kind of describe what's going on in case people haven't seen it yet. But real quick, first two columns are how the market perceived the day for the funds. You know, the ETF was up a quarter point, the benchmark was up 17 basis points, outperformance. Great job, Triple QY. JEPY underperformed, IWMY underperformed, TRES underperformed. SPY-T underperformed by just a little bit. Triple QY did a great job today. They made $359,000, which makes it up $279,000 on the month, 2 cents a share with an 83-cent per share dividend estimate. JEPY made $336,000 today with a $376,000 total on the month, 5 cents a share, and 69-cent dividend estimate. And then we have IWMY up $712,000 for which today, which makes $2 million on the month or 18 cents a share, and they have a 97-cent divvy estimate. All right, and SPY-T's divvy estimate, I just calculate 20% because they've said it's going to be 20%. So I need to check that formula. I just take 20% of the current price and that's what that is. It will then take 1/12 of it. So that's not really a prediction. That's just I'm going to make some more content down here on these bottom two lines that are specific to how these other ones trade. But for right now, I think we have a better system here at a glance. We can tell what's going on. Okay, let's look over here now. Let's look at the buffer report. All right, look at these single day changes. Now look at that, MRNY outperforming on the day, as did Misty. Great job, Misty. As did ULTY, as did AMZP, as did MSFY. Heck of a day. We only had a couple of overperformance on the downside, which would be Coney and OARC. Anyway, great day, guys. Great day. So let's look at the indexes. Look at this. Triple QY outperformed, just like we already said in the report, but we can confirm it visually here. Triple QY out of the funds I follow was the best fund of the day. I mean, if you want to, I mean, it is lots of days. Triple QI is a lot better fund than people give it credit for, but to be honest, JetQ and FEPI, and there's some other funds that are probably just as good, if not better. But in any event, it was Triple QI's day to day. All right, let's look at some. What should we look at? Let's talk about crash a little. All right, the crash trade's up $100,000. That's if they haven't rolled it yet. I would bet they've rolled it. So this is a four-legged monster. This trade is just for people that don't know. I'm going to give the too long don't read. The 180 put and 180 call together, those two have the effect of shorting stock. Watch this. Exclude. Okay. That's what those two, actually, that's what those three give you. That's the call they buy up there to keep from having an unlimited loss, just to help with margin. In any event, this is still basically like stock. It's a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, you know. Anyway, what they do when they do a covered put, so that's a short stock position. That's equivalent to a short stock position. It'll even say that up. Well, no. So then I'm going to turn it back on again. All right. 65. Include. Okay, right now they have the They have the 175 sold. That's their position right there. In any event, it's at about a full profit right now. I was looking. The reason you see this 165 that's in brown, it's grayed out. It's not being factored in right now. I can go in and include that, and I can uninclude the 75. So okay, so this is what their profit loss profile should look like next week if they maybe roll down to a 65. I rolled down and then out 2 weeks to a 165 that was dated May 24th because market went down and these options went in the money. This 175 short call actually lost a little bit of money. So I'm just saying, I'm trying to predict where they're going to roll. If it was me, I would roll to the May 24th, 165. But they have a lot of other considerations. We'll see. That's just my prediction. In any event. But that's the actual trade they have on is this one, and it's about a max profit. You can see the timeline expirations tomorrow. So here we are. Well, here we are right now. That's now, but in any event, we're about max profit. You can see as the time passes, it's going to make a little more profit. But also, there's also the chance the market could rally tomorrow. Anyway, I wish they would just take the $100,000 off the table and sell another covered put and just keep the whole thing going. All right, so I got that for you, and then I'm also working on a spreadsheet. This it's not very good to say the least, but since inception, Crash is up 4.17%, including dividends. Since inception, Tesla is down since Crash's inception, Tesla is down 7.44%. And that includes dividend. Tesla actually paid a dividend. They paid 68 cents there. If you factor that in, not compounding it or reinvesting, but just you factor in that you take that dividend in cash and put it in the bank, you're still down 7.44 cents. The reason this is important is I'm trying to determine the proper hedge ratio. And there's complex ways to figure it out, and then there's simple ways to figure it out. The simple way to figure it out says that you should have 70 shares of Crash for every 100 shares of Tesla. That started out at 78 shares. But then as the days have gone by, it's gone down to about 70 shares. There's better and more sophisticated ways to figure it out, and I'm making a video on it now. But that's a basic way. What that way is it just takes the inverse of the prices. It just takes the inverse of the prices. So if one's trading at 20 and one's trading at 10, you have to have twice as many shares as the one at 10. That's the most simple and basic way to do it. Then there's another way to do it, to take the inverse of the prices and then factor in the volatility of each asset. I'm going to do that in this column tomorrow, and we'll start covering the hedge ratio. But look for a video on Crash. I'm going to make some more specific Crash content. All right, so just on stock charts, let's look at stock charts. I'll let you guys get out of here. Let's look at some daily charts. It's the end of the day. I mean, that looks really good to me, the daily chart of the NASDAQ. I mean, constructive. I'm a bull. Oh, look at that. Now, that looks even more bullish because it closed outside the Bollinger Bands on the daily. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. I follow, trying to think here, active. I have a long call up here. I don't see why it's not making money. Doesn't expire till the 13th. Well, it's still too far out of the money. I have the 525s. All right. I have them in real life, but I put them, or I'm sorry, the 524s, but I put it on option strat. I'm putting some of my trades on option strat also. I call these WAG trades, and if you look, I got 316 on the one before that. I lost 294 on one of them, but then I made 390 on one of them. So I've done 5 trades so far with that little system or whatever. In any event, I'm doing pretty well. I was hoping that I would get a further rally today. in any event. Okay. But S&P looks good. I mean, if that could affect the whole market. It's outside the Bollinger Bands. Even if you don't care about what I'm talking about or whatever, it's bullish. So if that, it's the point where when it closes outside of the Bollinger Band, sometimes even though it's already high, to me, that's the point where more buying could come in. So I'm going to expect to see more buying in the S&P tomorrow. And also the fact that it closed on its highs. That's another clue, or closed close to the highs. Russell looks the same way. Russell broke out 2 days sooner. Russell's leading the way. All right, here's NASDAQ cash. Sometimes cash is a little different because of the nighttime gaps, but it's good to look at, but it really isn't. All right, let's look at a daily chart of Bitcoin. And here's another reason I've kind of getting bullish. To me, this looks like a head and shoulders bottom. It's trying to do. That's the head, that's the one shoulder, and this is the other shoulder, right? Anyway, if Bitcoin can rally, it should spill over into the other assets, and maybe it already is as well. Let's look at FEPI, a daily chart of FEPI. I'm always talking about how good this fund is. FEPI and JEPQ, two of the most high-powered funds. Bally and GPIX are super high-powered also, and iSpy. Well, is it iSpy or SPY? I get those two mixed up. They're all high-powered, though. They're all high-powered. Yeah, look at FEPI and then QQQY by comparison. FEPI's a little stronger just by against itself because it's closer to its being out of the Bollinger Bands. I don't know. It's a close call though. Let's look at JEPQ. We never look at charts of JEPQ. I just really like this fund. Oh, look at that. It's about to bust out. Now these funds aren't growth investments. They aren't trading vehicles. If anything, when they do bust out the Bollinger Bands, it's probably the best idea to go the other way. I mean, because these funds are different. But anyway, just as far as cheerleading goes, you want them to be high as possible, right? All right, let's look at some regular stocks. Let's check out Google. That looks constructive to me. This gap is still open down here. All right, let's check out some of these Yield Max stocks. Well, I guess Google's a Yield Max stock. But, well, hang on. We're going to check out SPY-T over here. Now, look at that. We always said SPY-T should have the most upside. Or I always said that because the strategy they do is less efficient at capping the upside. So just kind of like the strategy that these monthly strategies also aren't very efficient at gathering premium, so they have a lot of upside too. But this is a daily strategy that has a lot of upside for a different reason. Any event, yeah, that looks just as strong as IWMY. It's just basically the same chart pattern. Here's TLT, which is a government bond ETF. It's a real steady one. I would think a person could specialize in this. I really don't. And I bet you this one has a really liquid option market. I just don't care about bonds that much, but I bet you this one would be a great trading vehicle. Maybe as I get older in my retirement, I need to learn how to trade bonds. I need to make my peace with bonds. I've always hated bonds. Okay, let's see here. We'll check out a few more, then I'll let you guys go. Trying to keep these updates shorter. Obviously, the end of day ones, I can go 10 minutes or whatever, but during the day, I try to keep it right around 5 or 6. All right, so here's Coinbase. I mean, that thing just needs to quit pulling back. Come on. Here's Tesla. Now, that looks good. That looks like Google's chart. It's a little weaker than Google's because Tesla filled its earnings gap, where Google's earnings gap is still open. So in that sense, Google's a little more bullish than Tesla even. Of course, that's not really hugely surprising. Here's AMD. All right, right at middle Bollinger Band. That's just reversion to the mean. That's just couldn't be any more. It's just right in the middle there. Who knows what it's going to do? Let's look at NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA is trying to blow the top off this thing. They closed outside their Bollinger Bands, but then got rejected back inside, though. But we'll see. Fridays, sometimes there's extra buying on Fridays because it's the end of the week. And same thing with the end of the day. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't be at all surprised if some of these were higher tomorrow. Okay, well, that's a pretty good little rundown. I hope you guys like that. I hope I didn't go on too much about technical analysis. I don't know what the deal is with the camera. Anyway, I appreciate you guys for listening to me, and leave me a comment. Tell me tell me something good. Anyway, no, it's been a good day today. It's been a good day. I'm going to try to start covering more yield max stocks, like I did just there, where we at least look at the charts and at least look at the daily charts and cover AMD and Google, and as well as Coinbase and Tesla and everything. All right, guys, like I say, this one's a little bit longer because we had extra material on crash there too. So this one's probably more like 15, but I appreciate you guys for sticking with me, and I will be back either this evening or in the morning. All right, take it easy.